I am resident of Collinwood for YouTube. Jules Sains, that is my buddy Patrick McCray, that is my buddy Alan Gallant. We are here to talk, review the Star Wars Holiday Special. Um, okay,
Blog.
this
Life.
this was written by
Um,
Pat Prote, Leonard Ribbs, Bruce Valance, Rod
Bruce
Ward
Valanche.
Valanche, and Mitzi Welsh. Direct,
The Welches had the most blame to take for this particular.
Did they?
Yes.
this was directed by Steve Binder. So starring Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, and everybody from Star Wars. Voices of Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, Anthony Daniels, Don Franks, uncredited. Uh, okay, guys, what the hell did I watch today?
I
You watched a Kenner merchandising promotion.
Yeah, pretty much.
And why in God's name did they decide to I think I know why. Did they decide to feature the Wookiee family above all else?
It was kid friendly.
Yeah, I suppose so, but I think probably the principal actors probably said, "Look, this is a piece of absolute steaming poo. We'll do it, but we're not going to be in the whole thing. Just do our thing in a couple of days, shooting, and we're done." And
Yeah,
if Harrison Ford sitting there in the rather scaled down Millennium Falcon set, staring into nothing, and then they just kind of cut in,
yeah.
scenes from the actual film.
He had a line reading at the end. That was one of the most. I mean, when people like to get together and talk about what a terrible actor Harrison Ford is, and he is, uh, whoa, wow, a line like that really justifies it. I mean, it makes
Mhm.
goldfish. That's what my ex-wife called me.
Yeah.
Sound like Olivier.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. There were several of those actually.
There really were. Oh, oh,
Yeah.
how much.
I can hardly blame him though for looking into the female Wookiee's eyes and trying to come up with something. It was just really, really otherworldly bizarre.
Chewbacca always inspired him.
Hmm.
But he looks into her eyes, and there's just nothing.
Nothing there, and that weird grin with those weird lips. It's just no.
It's very eerie. I mean, the whole family is strange.
Very eerie, yes.
Capped off by the grandfather.
Oh yeah, the toothless grandfather or semi-toothless grandfather.
Watching the porn in the living.
Yes. Intergalactic porn.
What? What
What is this?
AI chat did this crawl away from?
Yes.
They want to ban these things.
They should have waited until they had the Ewoks, because then they probably could have done something.
Well, and the character of Lumpy, great drag performance, I might add.
Yes.
The character of Lumpy is a real presage, really looking ahead to the Ewoks. But yeah, I mean, I remember this time. I remember it being on the air.
Sure.
And we were desperate for anything Star Wars. I mean, just absolutely desperate. And watching it as the key demographic, 7 years old. I didn't know what the problem was. I was just so so lucky.
Right. And you were the target audience. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt. I was 18. And I was like, what the is this?
Yeah. I even remember the meal that I had before me. I remember where we went to eat.
Oh.
We brought it back home.
Yeah.
And turned it on. My mother escaped quickly. But she did not spoil my good time. She let me enjoy it without, commentary.
Good.
I think it was one of her better moments.
Mm-hmm.
And I was, fascinated. I anything else would have been making a mockery of Life Day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and they get the skulls of Taganda at the end, and they're holding them up, and then they're in those red outfits, and Carrie Fisher coked out of her mind singing the theme song to Star Wars, which made me wonder if those lyrics had been submitted to ASCAP. Did suddenly that lyricist get half of the money whenever the Star Wars theme played?
God,
What
it's a possibility. It's a possibility.
Lucas's only contribution.
Mm-hmm.
So
That and making phone calls to the actors and twisting their arms a little bit to actually do this sort of thing.
well,
Mark Hamill tells a story
what did he
about
say?
how he wouldn't sing, no matter what they got him to do.
He sure
Yeah.
he wore a Liza-esque amount of eye makeup.
Yes, they really dolled him up. He's bronze and he had all this guy liner on. It was I'm going. I thought to myself, well, maybe he's just tanned because he just did Corvette Summer a couple of months ago. But no, that wasn't it. It was the makeup. It was all the makeup.
Very, very peculiar
Yeah.
amount of it. And then the rugged macho B. Arthur.
Yes,
And
actually, I honestly, and I did this. Her musical number was the best thing of the whole damn thing.
Well, where did it come? It didn't sound like it belonged with
It doesn't, but that doesn't matter. Nothing belonged in it.
And then seeing Harvey Korman do a scene or that feels like it's out of Inge. I mean, it really did. It's this,
except with the thing on top of his head.
except the man drank through a hole in his head. But other than that, it was like I thought I was watching Picnic or the Rainmaker or something. I really did. It was
dark at the top of the stairs.
It was acting from another time.
Yeah,
and it was playwriting from another time. I was very impressed by it. Actually, I thought, what is this doing?
I think Corman's pause tactics probably made that happen. The way he was sort of, and he was supposed to be moo over her, so that kind of flattened out any goofiness in kind of.
Yeah. Well, it takes a real rugged macho He-Man like Harvey Korman to be able to take on B. Arthur.
Yes, it's true, especially after being in Alien Drag.
Sure.
Previously, so
sure. I have many horrible things I can say about that, but
Art Carney is not one of them.
No, but Art needed some buttons on his shirt.
Yes, well,
that was a very 70s shirt for Art. Yeah,
it was. And to think that only a mere 4 years before he'd won the Academy Award for Harry and Tonto.
Yes, he had.
So, while outlining the original Star Wars and planning its potential sequels, Lucas imagined a film just about Wookiees. Nothing else. After the original film's success, its cast made a few appearances in TV variety shows, according to Charles Lippincott, who was head of marketing of Star Wars Corporation. CBS.
Yeah, marketing, that's the key right there.
Brought the idea of doing a TV special to him and Lucas, although there is some internal dispute about this claim. According to J.W. Winsler, everybody agreed that a television special was a good idea. I'm sure they did. Lucas.
It's a matter of execution. It probably would have been a good idea.
Yeah, Lucas was busy moving his production company, which was not heavily involved in the special, to a new location. According to Lucasfilm producer Gary Kurtz, it did start out to be a little better with a different script. We had half a dozen meetings with the TV company that was making it. In the end, because of work on promotion of Star Wars and working on the next film, we had realized we had no time, so we just left it to them and just had the occasional meetings with them, provided them with access to props and actors. That was it. Though Lucas is uncredited in it, was his idea to build the narrative around the Chewbacca family. CBS hired experienced variety show writers and producers, including writer Bruce Gallant, who was concerned about the decision to center the special on species who grunt in a fictional
Yeah, no.
without subtitles. Regardless, Lucas would not budge on his vision. The special went through two directors.
The first warning sign.
That's
The-
right. They're all grunting, and you know, it's
The-
like the Wookiee house is just a giant bathroom.
It was sparkling dialogue. It is a giant bathroom. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah.
The first director was David Okomba. Was brought in through an attempt to make us different in variety shows, according to Lippincott. Okomba, a classmate of George Lucas at USC Film School, was unfamiliar with the multiple camera setup, which caused some problems. Okomba,
That's the least of their worries.
also felt that there was a divide between himself and the producers and chose to leave the project after finishing only a few scenes, including the cantina and Jefferson Starship. He was replaced by Steve Binder. So,
Marty Balin singing into a Dayglow corn dog, I believe, is the way I described it.
So Alan, I don't, who was it, Patrick or Alan, who like was wondering if the guy if the Carrie Fisher did sing, as you pointed out.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
But the way I'm reading this, it was more Carrie Fisher just singing. It wasn't there. I don't know. It doesn't seem like there was no credit to the person who wrote
it. It was another schmaltz moment.
Yeah.
Really, really. I mean, pressed and pushed and chopped channel.
I forgot what the note was that she slaps around and throws into the trunk rather than just hit. But it very much illustrated why Carrie Fisher should not sing. It was astounding. It was just eye-watering. And you know, at least Harrison Ford and Mark Hamill knew their limitations.
And the limitations of what they were doing.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well have Anthony Daniels singing.
Yeah.
He probably has a lovely voice.
Well, I mean, the Starship thing, that was okay because they were professional, musicians and singers, but then they put him in this weird neon thing. It's just, and I'm going, where's Grace Slick? Oh, I know. She knew what they were going to do and she just turned it down.
And B. Arthur holds her own with her song.
She does. It's just a kind of a fun little, like an Edith Piaf or something like that. It's just, and she did fine.
That you play at the beginning of Act 2, while the audience is, oh God, they've started the show and they're coming. You don't want to have a number that's really about anything.
Right.
You're gonna miss half of it.
Yeah.
I would, if I were writing a musical, I would have the first half of the beginning of Act 2 number be either gibberish or be about the fact it's an Act 2 number. We're not going to say anything for a while because people are still coming in and climbing all over each other and like that.
After the 28th commercial about a Ford LTD or whatever,
it was something else. I must have seen a cut version of it on YouTube because Jefferson Starship had been cut out and the cartoon had been cut out. I'm not quite sure how that happens.
I don't know. I got the full hour-and-a-half version.
It's not like it's legal.
Yeah. It's not like anybody's going to sue over this steaming pile. I mean,
but
seriously.
I remember the big deal was Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Boba Fett. And we were all very excited. And I think the idea of a heavily hyped character who ends up doing nothing and it goes nowhere is about the greatest metaphor and preview.
Well, I mean, it's a total disappointment to kids because he ended up abusing his mount. I mean,
Sure.
Trying to first he's trying to starve him, and then he's like kicking him and slapping him. It's like, okay.
Yeah, a great character, animal abuser, Boba Fett.
Yeah. And the only presence you get of Vader is from film clips or the cartoon.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The character Boba Fett gets introduced into this special through
Mhm.
cartoon. I did like how they cut the cartoon in. Very well done. Very well animated with all the
It
characters.
actually isn't bad animation. It's
No,
pretty
it's not.
reasonably decent animation, especially for '78.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the time has to be taken into consideration.
Yeah.
You talk about Vader in this, and I got a much better way to work Vader in. Vader's is the stormtroopers somehow got mixed up and they left him behind with the Chewbacca family. And
Right.
Vader's an evil man, but he's not unreasonable. And so he ends up. They said, well, "Okay, Vader, we're coming right back. Sorry, you can choke one of us, but we'll
Yeah.
be back." And that it would be Vader stuck with this Wookiee family, trying to be polite,
Right.
but he's sitting with his legs crossed on the couch, kind of looking at his watch.
Pressing his chest buttons every once in a while.
Yeah, just to see what I wonder what this one does. I never really got a chance to look at these. And that would be the special. Is that if Larry David had written it, that would be it.
Right.
And Vader doesn't understand what they're saying. He doesn't have a translator for that built into his helmet. He does some card tricks. Is that your card? Kind of thing. He's using the Force.
Tries to get them to occasionally tries to get them to betray Chewbacca.
It's a really good Klondike bar.
That's right. I'll give you 2 of them if you tell me where he is.
You know,
You want to go away, Lumpy.
I got to tell you though, something better than this special is a it's a web series called Chad Vader.
Oh, is that the Eddie Izzard?
No, that's not. But he does that. He does the Darth Vader in the Death Star cafeteria or commissary. Yeah, he does that routine. That's classic. But and then there's one where they use Lego figures and somebody created a whole film around it.
Yeah,
yeah. But what I'm talking about is an actual. They actually got, they got a tricked out Darth Vader suit, and he's a manager of a grocery store. And his name is Chad Vader. He's like the nephew. And so he's always talking about the new laser checkout system,
I am in, and I got a good review of Film Threat, which was wonderful. I am in the 2005 Lucasfilm Fan Film Contest Audience Favorite Award winner, Sith Apprentice. And our Vader is a guy named Bob Bean, who is known as Vader Painter in Atlanta. And he can talk about the different types of fabric that they had, the different stitching patterns on the different Vader costumes. He was absolutely fantastic. And he was very, very good. And tall. He was tall anyway. Yeah. So, just being in the presence of this in the suit was amazing. And I played Count Dooku. And I think I had a studio exact Dooku costume. And the thing I regret is the sound wasn't. I got to come up with one scene because we were waiting to shoot something, and we were shooting it. I shot half of it at one hotel and half of it at another hotel. And it was just me and Darth Maul. It was played by his wife, Bob Bean's wife, and we were kind of lying on a bed. The bed was made. There was no suggestion of anything weird. Watching TV, and it was one I came up with, and I thought it was damn funny. And the mics allegedly weren't working, so we didn't get to use them. But it's us Dooku's got the remote, and he's just kind of through it. And can you still hear me?
Yep.
I got somebody trying to turn a ring through.
Yeah.
So I may have to duck out in a second. But
Yep.
Long story short, um, I'm sitting there, I'm changing channels, and she says, "I heard, what's your name?" And I said, "It's Darth Tyrannus." And she said, "That's not what I heard." I said, "Oh well, that's interesting." And she says, "Yeah, I heard your name was something else." I said, "Well, these things happen." No, it's Darth Tyrannus. I assure you, this is Darth Tyrannus. And she says, "I heard it was Dooku." I'm like, no, it's Tyrannus. She said, "No, I heard it was Dooku. It's Darth Tyrannus. Dooku." Let's just change the subject. I think sports suffers off. And that was it.
Yeah.
That was very, very, very funny stuff. Didn't make it in there. Oh well.
I'll send you one of the address of one of the Chad Vader ones, guys. When I figured because there's a whole series of them. It's quite
they're
fun.
Speaking of a series, there's just another series I can point out. I see Chad Vader. It's called Pink Five, and it's about a hidden story that's going on within the Dark Shadows, the Star Wars thing, the first three movies, and it's about Han Solo's bimbo girlfriend who's kind of following them.
Mm.
And everything works within the Star Wars movies exactly. I can't see that. I don't know what that is. Yay! I guess I don't. They're showing me things. I don't know.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Yep. Yep.
I couldn't determine whether the Wookiees were cutting a promo on Chewbacca or initiating a mating ritual. But yeah,
There's some strange stuff going on in this show, no doubt about it. It's
I did like when Art Carney entered the picture. That was funny.
Oh yeah, I mean he was doing the best he could with what they were giving him, no doubt. I mean the guy was a pro.
Yeah. B. Arthur's performance is good in this.
Yeah, she's great.
For what
She's
they're
great.
giving him.
She doesn't give it short shrift in spite of the fact that she's dealing with a lot of guys with rubber masks on,
Mm-hmm. I do think the best of this is the animated part of this. Not just the introduction of Boba Fett, but the whole thing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, no doubt.
Yeah, it is. Have you ever seen any of the Miyazaki movies?
No, I have not. I don't believe so anyway.
If I could find one for free, I'll send you one. Because I own them, most of them. They're hard to find. But if I find one, I'll send you one. I do love how they do the animation here. Very well done. For what it is, the introduction of Boba Fett is huge. What I will give Harrison for Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher credit because they sold their asses off for this.
Yeah,
they played their character to the T.
They didn't want to be there, but they did it anyway. It's kind of one of those kind of things. I'm going to send you guys Chad Vader day shift manager here eventually. If I can find the address of it.
Anyway, yeah, it's really interesting. This is
yeah,
but
he's back.
A Dark Shadows holiday special.
Yeah, that would have been interesting.
Nicholas Blair's got to get back from hell in time for Walpurgis Nacht.
and they all meet at Brewster's where there's a huge Christmas tree.
Big sale.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But Pink Five is a delight.
Yeah. What do you guys give this scale 1 to 10?
I don't know if that would be a something
Somewhere around a 4.
Imaginary number. That cursive I,
Yeah. Yeah, a variable. We'll give it a variable.
I give it I.
I'm holding up a thumb that nobody can see. At least I think it's a thumb.
Okay. I hope it's
I'm
a
not
thumb.
smelling to find out.
If you're describing it as such.
Oh my God. No.
Hey, PG
Julie,
now.
what's that? What's my thumb?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the story.
Double his thumb.
Yeah.
I think it's too small.
I do think it's clever what they try to do here. I mean, they're going for marketing clearly.
Yes,
But-
Kenner was rightly pleased with the reminder around the Christmas season to go out and buy a bunch of stuff on blister packs and maybe even splurge the $15.99 for the Millennium Falcon or whatever. So, yeah.
God. James.
$9.99.
Yeah. Is there anything you guys want to add more before we go?
Not a thing.
I think that's it. That's it. We'd be a year away from the Death Star toy.
That's right.
Boy. Oh my
With
God.
exploding
But you'll
core.
have to tell them they'll have to watch Masked Singer this coming Wednesday, because it's Star Trek night.
They're not well.
Well, I'm just saying it's Star Trek. They like Star Trek.
Yeah. Well,
I like the Dr. Spock. He's the character.
It's that Dr. Spock guy.
I have no idea. All right, guys. Link to Patrick McCray's Dark Shadows Daybook on Mouse. Going to be in the description box. Link to Alan Gallant's YouTube channel. Call and support After Dark.
When are we doing Attack of the Clones or Revenge of the Pants or whatever it is? Force gets up and gets a glass of water.
Star Wars Episode 1, whatever the heck.
The Phantom Menace.
The Phantom. Yeah, when are we doing Phantom Menace?
The Phantom.
Whenever is tomorrow okay?
Yeah, should be.
Okay.
Should be good.
Then tomorrow.
We're doing a Phantom.
The Phantom Menace. Stealth Ninja. So you guys have a safe night.
Thank you.
We're gonna try.
Bye.